Hello YouTube, Wes here, checking in for the Super West channel. Today we are talking about CDs in a recent CD haul I got at the Friends of the Library, the Alachua County Friends of the Library book sale. That happens twice a year here in my hometown of Gainesville, Florida. And these are all CDs I picked up on the very last day of the sale. The sale runs for 5 days, and on the last day, everything in the building is 10 cents a piece. So it's a really fun day, and I took the day off work and went over there and found quite a few CDs. So I wanted to share these with you. As the title suggests, 117 CDs for the price of one. So 10 cents a piece, 117. That's $11.70 I paid for all of these CDs I'm about to show you. So it was a really good day. I found some really interesting stuff, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So the first thing you got here is Charlie Bird and Stan Getz with Jazz Samba. Nice little sort of Verve reissue series of this. Really cool find. It has some bonus tracks on it. I know, I guess this doesn't have bonus tracks on it. But yeah, nice reissue of that release. So I was happy to find that. Next up, Jill Sobule with Pink Pearl. Haven't listened to Jill Sobule before, but for 10 cents, I'm going to give it a try. Next up, Complete Blind Buy. This is Lava Love with Whole Lava Love. This is listed as pop rock. I am not familiar with this group. If you are, let me know in the comments down below. Here's the CD itself. CD single from the group Mono. This is their single for Life in Mono. Maroon 5, their album Overexposed. Nice digipack of that. Janelle Monáe, The Electric Lady. This is a live album by Tesla, 5-man acoustical jam. Live acoustic album from Tesla, I guess. I got an album from OMD, Sugar Tax. I do like some OMD. Hadn't heard this one before. I have some stuff from their early 80s period when the vinyl was more prevalent, but I think this is from 94, it looks like. Should be a pretty interesting release. This is a sad one. Picked this up before he passed, but this is Gordon Lightfoot, Early Morning Rain, the best of Gordon Lightfoot. Had this on vinyl, but didn't have it on CD. Brittany Howard's this is what's the name of this? Jamie is the title of this, her debut solo album. Blank inside digipack there. That was cool to have that on CD as well now. I got Alice Smith with She. This is on 30 Tiger Records. It's listed as funky pop soul stuff. Blind buy for me. Hadn't listened to it before, but looks pretty interesting. I got an album by Amy Mann here, Lost in Space. Lost in Space is the album title for this one. Haven't listened to much from Amy Mann before, but I know they're well loved, so for a dime I will pick that up. CeeLo Green is The Soul Machine. I do have some CeeLo in the collection, but did not have this one, so went ahead and grabbed that. The Alabama Shakes Boys and Girls album. I think maybe this was their debut, their first album. Speaking of Brittany Howard, Alabama Shakes album there. This one I didn't know if I had it on CD or not, and turns out I don't. I do have it on vinyl, but kind of a bit of a schlocky nostalgia. Milli Vanilli's Girl, You Know It's True, the CD copy. So, yeah. Still good, solid 80s music, whether they sang it or not. Whoever sang it, it's fun 80s music, so pick that one up. Next up, Emmylou Harris, All I Intended to Be. Nice modern one from her. Really nice photography in this digipack. Peter, Paul and Mary album, Peter, Paul and Mommy. Cool to find that. From '69 is when that was originally released. Nice to find that on CD. Next up, got Blues Traveler, Straight On Till Morning. I do like Blues Traveler, and I did not have this one for whatever reason. This one has this sort of sparkly blue tray. Kind of a neat packaging there. I don't know if the glitter in there is going to show up or not. But yeah, neat package on this one. The 20th anniversary edition of George Winston's December, classic jazz album, kind of Christmassy jazz album. This one's got some bonus tracks on it, which is nice. I do have this on vinyl and CD already, but I did not have this 20th anniversary edition. So for a dime, grab that one. Next up, we got a twofer by the Kingston Trio. This is Kingston Trio number 16 and the Sunny Side of the Kingston Trio. So 2 albums on 1 CD from them. Some good early folk stuff. I do like the Kingston Trio. I did have a bunch of their vinyl. I got rid of a lot of it just because it took up a huge section in my vinyl collection, and I just wanted to pare that down a bit. So whenever I can pick them up on CD, they take up less space, and that'll be nice to still have some physical media from them in the collection, but not take up a lot of space. Next one was a blind buy for me. This is labeled as ambient electronic music, so it should be up my alley. This is titled A Storm of Drones. The Sombient Trilogy. Yeah, I don't know much about this. Just look interesting. As I said, it's kind of a supposedly ambient electronic stuff. It has 3 CDs, and they come in this kind of interesting box. So it should be up my alley. Definitely worth spending a dime on to experience that. Seems to be a compilation of this kind of electronic ambient music. I'm hoping it's kind of like a Hearts of Space kind of sound, very spacey, ambient kind of stuff. Some more electronic music. This is house and trance kind of stuff. Ministry of Sound, 2003, mixed by DJ Sammy. 2 CD set of house music. Grab that. We got Foreigner's album, Agent Provocateur. Do like some Foreigner for a dime. I will grab that one. I got some Triumph here, some hard rock. This is called Classics. Haven't really listened to Triumph very much, so go ahead and grab that one. A Norah Jones album, Little Broken Hearts. Nice trifold digipack there. Always tend to pick up Norah Jones stuff when I find it. If it's something I don't have. Here's one for Mace. Welcome Back. I think this was kind of his comeback album. He went. I think he's kind of like more of like a Christian artist now. Yeah, I wanted to hear this, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Check that one out. Here's a cool one from the 80s. I do have this on vinyl, but this is the self-titled by Crowded House. Somewhat rare on CD, so that was a nice find. This one's a duplicate for me. I wasn't sure whether I had it or not, but this is a well-loved album, Francis the Mute by the Mars Volta. I do like some Mars Volta, so maybe I'll trade this one or sell it. Next up, we got Garbage with Beautiful Garbage. All right, next we got Dave Matthews Band. What is this? This is Big Whiskey and the Grogux King. I bought this on vinyl when it came out. One of the earliest sort of new vinyl releases I bought. This has been out since 2009. Wow, okay. Very, very early sort of new release on vinyl for me when I got back into vinyl around 2009 when I started making videos here on YouTube. But yeah, I did not pick this up on CD. I probably picked this up more like in 2010. But yeah, it was cool to find a CD copy of that. I got an album from Kellis here, Flesh Tone, kind of like a pop electronica artist. Really enjoy their stuff. Really neat artwork on this. It's nice to have physical copies of that. Got a later one from Herb Alpert here, Midnight Sun. Insert on that one. I do enjoy some 80s Herb Alpert. Got some Concrete Blonde here, Bloodletting. Got some folk rock here, Bobby Charles, Last Train to Memphis on Rice and Gravy Records. It's produced by Ben Keith. So that looks pretty cool. Dig that. This was a blind buy for me, listed as acoustic pop rock, A Girl Named Eddie, or Girl Called Eddie. I got one from here from Afghan Wigs. This is titled Congregation. Heard of the Afghan Wigs before, but never really listened to them before, so we're going to dive in. I think there's another one in here. Got one here from Queensryche, Promised Land. Another artist, I've heard of Queensryche before, but I haven't listened to them before. This one has a pretty awesome poster in the booklet. Pretty large for a CD to have a poster this large, but it does. There's the poster on that one. Album by Paul Simon, You're the One. There's another one by the Afghan Wigs. This one's titled 1965. Another one by Gordon Lightfoot, Gord's Gold on Reprise. This was after he left United Artists. He re-recorded a bunch of his stuff. So yeah, kind of a nice compilation of stuff of his. Do have that on vinyl as well. That one here from Rusted Root, or Remember. Heard of Rusted Root before, but never really listened to them. They're kind of labeled as a folk rock artist, folk rock group. So sounds like something I might like. Check that out. It's a pretty neat one. Deep Purple, Nobody's Perfect. Later album by Deep Purple. 1988 it looks like is the year on this. I haven't listened to any later Deep Purple. Pretty cool. Another artist I've heard of a lot, but I haven't really listened to much. Bob Mould, Beauty and Ruin. Really neat looking release on this, on Merge Records. Here's one I have on vinyl, but thought, yeah, I'd go ahead and maybe get rid of the vinyl and keep the CD version of this. Little River Band, Greatest Hits, classic of theirs, and really that's kind of all you want is the greatest hits of theirs, unless you're more of a fan than I am, but I will keep this probably and get rid of the vinyl. Hub Tones, Freddie Hubbard on Blue Note. Not too much jazz this time, but I did find some. This was a nice one to find. This was another blind buy, but listed as new wave indie rock, so probably up my alley. This is the Future Head with the Chaos. Digipack of that. Been on an Ani DeFranco kick and found another one here. This is Like I Said, Ani DeFranco. We got ZZ Top Recycler. Very cool. This was one of the really killer finds. Japanese Japanese CD. This is of Johnny Winter. What's the title of this one? White Hot in Blue. So really cool. I was crazy to find this one left over on 10-cent day. But for some reason it was in there. Nice, the nice Japanese vinyl style packaging with the obi strip. So there you get the full cover. Look at that. And then the nice, you get the booklet with the English and Japanese lyrics on it. The CD itself has the sort of redone label that would have been on the original vinyl release, and the nice U-shaped sleeve there, and then it also has a recreation of the original printed inner sleeve. So yeah, that was a really killer find. That one has a pretty high median price on Discogs, so I was happy to find that. Next up, we got Van Halen's OU812. Another one that's a little bit trickier to find on CD. That was a nice one to find. One of the only ones that I found that was actually an ex-library copy. Most of the stuff at this library sale is not actually library stuff. It's things people donate throughout the year. That's why it's such a huge sale. Is they get a lot of donations. They have a huge warehouse. People come in from out of state. It's a really cool sale. But this one is an ex-library copy. This is Moby's Hotel. Had not heard this one before, so thought I would grab that one. I got an album by Jason Mraz here titled Yes. I do have some other Jason Mraz in the collection. I do like him, so I thought, what the heck, we'll get that. Artwork on this one is pretty cool. We got Crosby and Nash here. This is kind of a live album, bootleg kind of thing. The Music Master label. Pretty neat. It'll be a fun listen. Another one from Bob Mould. This one's titled Workbook. Blind Buy again. Emma with Past Lives, Martyred Saints. This is listed as electronic rock. Yeah, have not heard of them, but just had caught my eye, and for 10 cents, we're going to give it a shot. Here's a neat sort of oddity, not necessarily an oddity, kind of a collectory kind of thing. This is the Olympic Games from, what is it, 1988 Olympic Games? No, 2000. Yeah, the Sydney Olympic Games. It's got music that was composed for the opening ceremony and some other sort of tracks on it. Just kind of an odd sort of collectory kind of Olympic related thing. Mickey and Sylvia, Love is Strange. Some sort of soul folk kind of stuff there. Pretty neat RCA Camden release. Here's a pretty cool one as well. Pink Anderson, Carolina Medicine Show and Hokum Blues on Smithsonian Folkways label. Do like picking up Folkways stuff. An album here by Stuart Davis. It's self-titled. This is listed as Dharma Pop, so I don't know what that means, but maybe some meditational kind of pop music. Not sure. It just had an odd look to it, so I thought, what the heck, we're going to give that a try and see what that's all about. Woman to Woman, Femme to Femme. It's listed as electronic rock. We'll give it a shot. I don't know. Blind Buy. Gwen Stefani, This Is What the Truth Feels Like. This is the Target exclusive edition, so I think it's got some bonus tracks on it. Those are always a little more collectible than other versions of releases, so that's fun. A copy of Roberta Flack's Killing Me Softly. Do really like this album. It's cool to find it on CD. Glad to have that on CD now. Barbra Streisand's Guilty Pleasures on dual disc. This is a duplicate. She does some stuff with is it Barry Gibb or Andy Gibb? Barry Gibb is on this one. But yeah, dual disc release. I can't leave behind a dual disc for 10 cents. We got next up, got Groove Armada with Lovebox. Electronic music here. Next up, we got Journey with Trial by Fire. Next up, we got some folk rock here. Emily Baker and the Red Clay Trio with Almanac. Really neat looking artwork on this one, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. There's a gatefold on that. We got the Geraldine Fibbers with Butch. It's kind of like an indie folk, indie alt country kind of group, I guess, from what I'm learning. Have not listened to that yet. Get into that at some point. Gretchen Parlato, Floor. This is jazz. I'm guessing vocal jazz. It's autographed by her. Yeah, got a nice look to it, so we'll check that one out. Got Over the Rhine with Eve. This is listed as folk blues rock. Blind Buy for me. Never heard of them before. Don't recognize the cover or anything. Just looked interesting. Had a pretty high price on Discogs. Kings of Leon, Come Around Sundown. This is the deluxe edition of it. I do already have this, but I did not have the deluxe version, so that was nice to find that. I am a Kings of Leon fan. Got Ultimate Dance Party 1999. I do like picking up these dance party CDs. They're fun to listen to, even if just once. It's fun to sort of hear because they also often have alternate remixes of popular songs. So it's fun to hear those different mixes. Roger McGuinn, Back from Rio. Alison Krauss, Now That I Found You. So, it's a compilation of stuff from her. I got Ricky Martin, MTV Unplugged. Nice release there. We got Ricky Martin Life. Building up a Ricky Martin collection. Maxwell's Embrya. I do like Maxwell. Haven't listened to a lot of their stuff, but yeah, I'm going to pick it up when I have the chance, and I did, so I grabbed it. CD copy of Katie Lang's Shadowland. Do have this on vinyl, but for 10 cents, I want to have it on CD as well. Lena Horne with an album titled Soul. This is Blind Buy listed as blues rock, neo funk, and soul. Hamill on Trial, Big as Life. Just like the way it looked, so we're gonna give it a shot. I got a copy of Tapestry Revisited, a tribute to Carole King, sort of remakes of Carole King's Tapestry. You got Rod Stewart, Amy Grant, Richard Marx is on here, Faith Hill, Manhattan Transfer, All for One, Celine Dion, Aretha Franklin, bunch of different artists. So it'll be interesting to hear at least once remake of Tapestry, classic album. Another blind buy. This is listed as Louisiana Blues. We got Marcia Ball, The Tattooed Lady, and The Alligator Man. Seemed like it could be kind of funny, comical kind of stuff. So I grabbed it. Next up, we got Whitney Houston, My Love Is Your Love. Have not seen this one around much, so add that one into the pile. Ted Nugent's self-titled, one with Stranglehold on it. I do love Stranglehold. And that's pretty much all I like from Ted Nugent. So I have this on vinyl. I may get rid of the vinyl and just keep this CD. Next up, we got Jai with Heaven. This is listed as synth pop. I am not familiar with this artist. Next up, we got Insane Jane with A Green Little Pill. This is listed as indie garage rock kind of stuff. A label out of Atlanta. Or the label's out of Macon. Next up, this is, I think it's just titled Aria. It's listed as ambient electronic music. Should be right up my alley. Had kind of like a 4AD kind of look to it. Pretty interesting. Give it a shot. This was probably the most valuable thing I found. The median price on this is $42.66 on Discogs. This is a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab release of Sting's Nothing But the Sun, or Nothing Like the Sun. Yeah, so I was surprised if this was still there. Nobody picked it up before because it was $1 originally. Nobody wanted to pay $1 for a Mobile Fidelity release of Sting's Nothing But the Sun. That was a cool one to find. Definitely pay a dime for that. This is a cool looking folk rock kind of thing. Matt Costa, The Songs We Sing. Really like the artwork on this. Give that a shot. CD and DVD release, Dinah Krall with Quiet Nights. Nice vocal jazz kind of stuff there. This is a UK release of it. These funny rounded corner cases that they have there. That's nice. A Starbucks compilation of Lilith Fair artists. That. A later album from Lionel Richie titled Just For You. I do like Lionel Richie, but I have not listened to any of his more current work. This would be interesting to hear that. Got some cool looking post rock here stuff. This is the Rachels, the Sea and the Bells. Yeah, it's got this textured sort of silvery blue cover. Just like the look of it. Should be some stuff that's up my alley. I do like some post rock. Looks like something I would like. Definitely intriguing look. Got Melissa Etheridge, Greatest Hits, The Road Less Traveled. It's the deluxe edition slipcover, but I think it's just the regular version on CD in here, and there's a extra booklet in here. Yeah, I think I messed up buying that, but it'll be fun to listen to. Next up, Elton John, Red Strikes Back. I do have this on vinyl, but it was cool to find it on CD. Some 80s Elton John. I do like this album. Now this one has Mona Lisa and Mad Hatters, and I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That. We got Hardened and Tempered, the trailer sessions. Some alt country. Like the look of it. Give that a shot. 20th Century Masters release, Sarah Vaughan. Robert Cray Band, Memphis Stroll. Apparently this is a duplicate, even though I didn't recognize it, but apparently I've picked this one up before. That's okay. Another one here from the Afghan Wigs. This is titled Going to Town. So we've got at least 3 or 4 Afghan Wigs releases. The Marshall Tucker Band, Still Smokin'. This might be a live album. There's that. Here's a cool one, Nina Revisited, a tribute to Nina Simone. You got Lauryn Hill on here, Usher, Mary J. Blige, Nina Simone herself. Some other artists that I'm not familiar with. That's a neat little compilation. I do really enjoy Nina Simone, so it'll be fun to dive into. Some more Ani DeFranco, Dilate. Starting to get a pretty good collection of Ani DeFranco, so that's nice. We got Bruce Springsteen in concert, MTV Unplugged. Probably one of the earlier MTV Unplugged. This has a very different look to it than most MTV Unplugged albums, but it is that. Robert Plant, Now and Zen. Another one I have on vinyl, but probably can get rid of the vinyl and keep this one. This is the one with the long cool one on it. A tall cool one. Do like some Robert Plant solo stuff. Another one from Ani DeFranco with what's this one called? Little Plastic Castle. I think this may be a duplicate, but I have not cataloged the other one yet. I still have a bunch of CDs that I need to catalog, but just in case, I grabbed it. Next up, we got the Bee Gees with Still Waters. Some later Bee Gees stuff. Next up, got Boston's Third Stage. Another one again. I have this on vinyl, but may sort of pare down my vinyl collection a bit. Keep the CD. A couple of Hanson singles that are duplicates, but I just can't pass up Hanson. So we got the CD single for Weird and the CD single for Where's the Love. We got Jessica Simpson, Irresistible. And then last but not least, I got a stack of these CMJ, College Music Journal compilations. There was a monthly magazine called College Music Journal. It was kind of like Mojo Magazine or stuff like that, where it was a magazine and a CD. And they had a lot of good sort of alternate indie kind of artists. And I subscribed to it for a couple years, really enjoyed it. That's the first time I heard Jewel was on CMJ. And then she played a concert at the college that I work at, the university that I work at, and then she was everywhere. So it was kind of a cool magazine. I was glad to subscribe to it for a while, and I found a stack of 7 of these, and it's fun to dive through these, and they're difficult to find because people tended to listen to them and toss them because they were just samplers basically. But really good music on these, and I was glad to find a stack of these. I pick them up anytime I find them. So that was my haul, my 117 CDs for the price of one from the Friends of the Library sale here at the Alachua County Friends of the Library sale here in Gainesville, Florida. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me any comments you have down below, what you liked, what you saw here, your favorite artist, your favorite find that I found. Thank you again for watching. If you made it this far, have a great day, great night. Go out and find some great music, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.